Good morning, everyone. Today, we will acquire some basic knowledge about business laws. To do this, we will go through a set of some multiple choice questions by which we will have a basic idea about what is business law and how does it operate in our society. So, let's start with the first question. Contract can be signed between which two entities? The options are individuals, option B, legal entities, option C, both A and B, and option D, none of these. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is both A and B, which is both an individual and a legal entity can sign a contract. Let's move on to the next question. What does a partnership entails? The options are option A, limited liability, option B, unlimited liability, option C, no liability at all, and option D, both A and C. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is unlimited liability. The next question is, what kind of partnership entails more legal benefit? Option A, limited liability partnership, option B, unlimited liability partnership, option C, ordinary partnership, and option D, none of these. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is limited liability partnership entails more legal benefit than any other partnership. The next question is, a limited liability in partnership has been introduced after seeking inspiration from which of the following? Options are option A, sole proprietorship, option B, company or corporation, option C, both A and B, and option D, none of these. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is company or a corporation. The next question is, company which share available on stock market are called dash. Options are option A, listed companies, option B, unlisted companies, option C, stock companies, and option D, equity based companies. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is only listed companies have their shares available on the stock markets. The next question is, the stock exchange facilitates the business of Statement 1, company formation, Statement 2, company regulation, and Statement 3, buying and selling of shares. The options are Statement 1 only, option B, Statement 1 and 2 only, option C, Statement 3 only, or option D, Statement 1, 2, and 3. The correct answer to this question is answer C, that is 3 only, which is stock exchange facilitates the business of buying and selling of shares only. It does not contemplate that the stock exchange does not entails any company formation nor company regulation. It is only a mode by which shares of a company are bought and sold. It is like a market area where Traders trade in terms of shares. Let's move on to the next question. The death of a company is termed as option A, collapse, option B, liquidation, option C, none of these, and option D, a company cannot be dead. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is liquidation. But what is liquidation? Let's find out. Liquidation is basically the winding up of a company. Section 2, Clause 94A of Companies Act 2013 talks about winding up of a company. Basically, winding up of means shutting it down for an infinite duration, that is, completely shutting it down and winding it all affairs of the company. Winding up basically means that the owners pay remuneration to its employees, sort out all of its business, and close down the business permanently. Winding up can also be defined as liquidation and as per the definition which is given in the Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Code 2016. So let's move on to the next question. Sole proprietorship is a kind of business that involves options are option A, one individual, B, two individuals, C, more than two individuals, and D, none of these. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is one individual. Sole proprietorship is basically a business in which there is only one owner and one person only starts the business and handles its all of the affairs. The business runs on a principle of one man army in which only one individual has the duty as well as the responsibility to take his or his her business forward. Let's move on to the next question. What does the maxim pacta sunt servanda means? Option A, promises must be kept. B, promises must be broken. C, promises must not be broken. And D, promises are contracts by nature. The answer to this question is option A, that is, promises must be kept. But what does this legal maxim literally means? Let's find out. Pacta sunt servanda basically means that the agreements must be kept. This means that both the parties to the agreement should try their heart out to perform the contract in the best possible way they can. It basically means that the parties should be intended to perform the contract in a most efficient way and so that no loss to anyone is occurred. They should not be just party to a contract but also try to perform the contract in a fair manner. So let's move on to the next question. A contract to sell the property by a minor through guardian is option A, void, option B, voidable, option C, valid, and option D, none of these. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is valid. So, our next question is, what does the legal maxim void ab initio means option A, invalid from the beginning, option B, partly valid, option C, partly invalid, and option D, none of these. The correct answer to the question is option A, that is invalid from the beginning. The next question is, what is known as a charter of a company? The options are memorandum of association, option B, bylaws, option C, articles of association, and option D, prospectus. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is memorandum of association. The next question is, the minimum paid up capital for a public company is option A, rupees 5 lakh rupees, option B, rupees 4 lakh rupees, option C, rupees 3 lakh, or option D, rupees 2 lakh. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is option that is rupees 5 lakh. The next question is, the name of a company can be changed by what means? Options are option A, an ordinary resolution, option B, a special resolution, option C, the approval of the union government, or option D, a special resolution and with the approval of the central government. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, the name of a company can be changed by a special resolution and with the approval of the central government. The next question is, the dash defines a company's relation with the outside world. Options are option A, prospectus, option B, memorandum of association, option C, article of association, and option D, statement in lieu of prospectus. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is prospectus. So, what is a prospectus? Prospectus is basically the basic outlook of a company, which is shown to the normal public. It is basically a printed booklet in which a company advertises and give details of share which it has to offer and the benefits and the kind of work it is doing and will be doing to its investors. A prospectus is a formal document that is required by and filled by the Security and Exchange Commission that provides detail about investment decisions as well as the course that it will be taking in the near future. This is done because it contains the host of relevant information about the investment and how the things will proceed in the near future. So, let's move on to the next question. The most important document of the company is its dash. Option A, prospectus. Option B, annual report. Option C, memorandum of association. And option D, the articles of association. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is a memorandum of association. Let's move on to the next question. Mark out the type of alteration that is permitted in the articles of association. The options are option A, that may not be in the company's interest. Option B, that is contrary to the provisions of the Companies Act. Option C, that increases a member's liability without his written consent. And option D, that is consistent with a memorandum of association. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is consistent with the memorandum of association. Let's move on to the next question. Mark out the document that need not be prepared and registered with the registrar of the companies in a public limited company. Options are statutory declaration. Option B, memorandum of association. Option C, articles of association. And option D, directors undertaking to take up and pay for qualification shares. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, articles of association. Let's move on to the next question. The share capital of a company may be reduced by option A, an ordinary resolution. Option B, a special resolution. Option C, a resolution of board of directors. And option D, obtaining permission from a company law board. The correct answer to this question is a special resolution. The next question is, the dash on equity shares is not cumulative. The options are option A, dividend. Option B, profit. Option C, loss. And option D, reserve. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, a dividend on equity share is not cumulative.